I just lost my 422-day meditation streak, and if you know me, you'll know that I do journaling alongside meditation. I just come back from like a really long event that I was on, and I hadn't even completed my meditation beforehand. So I thought that I'd do journaling first, but the thing was that I just forgot to meditate because I was so preoccupied with journaling, and then I had all these events afterwards, so I just forgot to meditate. And then the point of which I realized that I didn't meditate that day, it had invoked such a fear into me. It was like 11, no, I think it was like 12 a.m. at night. And I checked my streak on the app and it was at 0 after being at 422, and I was devastated. I just lost my streak simply because of a lack of thought, something that I'd worked so hard for, and I wanted to make this video to teach you the techniques of consistently of how I got so consistent in the first place and how I got to that 422-day point in the first place. So the first one is to meditate at the same time every day. For me, it's always been 4 p.m. Ever since the beginning of my meditation journey, it's always been meditate at 4 p.m. Because if you don't have a set time, you're probably just going to keep on pushing it back. You'll say that you'll do it at 10 and then you don't, and then you'll say you'll do it at 2 and then you don't. And then you say you'll do it before bed and then you don't, and then next thing you know it's like 10 p.m. and you haven't meditated. So it's good to just have a set time every day, or even just have a set time before the day if your schedule is quite busy and your schedule is quite dynamic. And that's another thing, you can change this time. It doesn't have to be 4 p.m. indefinitely. The next point I've written down is to have a calendar, like Google Calendar or Notion Calendar. It just, because if you don't have that schedule, you just don't know what to do with your day. It helps to really schedule and plan out your day so you know what to do at each time of the day. And then you add meditation into that schedule along with all of your other tasks. And because you're doing this for the sake of meditation, it also helps with planning the rest of your day out, which is a good bonus. The next technique I've written down is to have a habit tracker. You've probably heard of this before. I think I probably lost my streak because I stopped using a habit tracker. And it just gives you that accountability of having how many times you did the task up on your wall and visible. And you'll feel so bad if you miss a day. It's the fear of fear that makes you want to do it. The fear of having that empty box. I think this one is just really simple. You'll see the empty box at the end of the day if you haven't already ticked it. And then you go meditate so that you can tick it. So you know you'll never miss a day because you absolutely do not want to see an empty box. And also coupling this with exercise and gratitude and whatever else you want to get consistent in is also a bonus alongside meditation. And it's always best to do this on paper. I remember I did have a habit tracker on my phone. It just was not the same as paper. Paper has always been better for me with journaling, with having a habit tracker, with almost everything. Next point is what had made me feel so bad in the first place, which was my streak, which was the streak system within apps. The you'll just want to keep that streak going once it's gotten to a really high level, because that's something that you'd be very proud of. Like 400, it was 422 days for me when I lost it. And I did feel really, really bad when I did lose it. You'll just want to keep that going. You'll just want to get a meditation session done to keep that streak. The app that I use, you've heard it before, is called Medito because it's free to use. It has that streak system. There's no paywall of any kind. The second one is actually a technique that I've implemented after I'd lost my streak because I felt so bad, and it's to set a timer at the end of the day to meditate and then turn it off if you do meditate beforehand. Because I learned from this tragic event of losing my streak that I am human and I am gonna forget these things. So I do need to use technology to remind me. So I re-implemented my habit tracker and then I implemented this. This is just like that extra safety barrier to make sure that you are reminded to meditate if you do forget. My timer is set for 7:30 in the evening because you don't want it to be set at like 10 a.m. or 2 p.m. because you may listen to the time and then forget afterwards. You want it to be at the end of the day when you've completed everything, or at least close to your bedtime. Losing my streak was so tragic for me that it had forced me to do all of these things to make sure that that does not happen again. I'm literally just I'm choosing to not want to experience those negative emotions anymore ever again of losing my streak by choosing to be more strict with myself now.